Hello, I'm Carl at Trident Fly Fishing. Today we're going to tie the Charlie Boy hopper. It's an easy hopper pattern to tie, and it was designed by Charlie Craven and named after his son. Charlie came up with this fly about 20 years ago, and it's one of my favorite hopper patterns. It floats extremely well, and it's a great fly to run a dropper fly from. With all the colors of foam that are available out there, you can just let your imagination run wild. Today I've chosen black to imitate the many crickets that we see around in the summer. So here's the fly in the vise. The hook we're using today is a TMC 100. It's their standard dry fly hook in a size 10. And our thread today is going to be some Viva's GSP 100 in black. And we'll get this thread started right behind the hook eye. Run back to our bend. The body of the fly is some hairline foam in 2mm black, and I have cut some widths of foam that are about a hook depth in width. And to help anchor the body of the fly to the hook, I've cut some pieces that are about 2 by 2mm. We're going to tie those in first on top of the hook. We'll run our thread back up to the eye. Rid of our excess there. And now we can cinch that all down. There we go. Okay, the foam body for the fly, it's about a 3-inch strip that I've got here, and about 1 inch back from the end in the center, I'm going to poke a hole where the point of the hook is going to go through. And then that's going to go over the hook point and around the hook up to the apex of the bend. Run my thread all the way back down to the start of the bend of the hook. And we're going to pierce the material with the eye of the hook. So we're going to measure that out and use our bodkin once again. And I'm going to do this from both sides to help prevent it from tearing when I push it through. There. Okay, we're going to have to glue everything together now, and for that we're going to use some Zap-A-Gap. Don't need too much. In fact, you don't want too much or it'll all squish out. Most important part to get is back here where the back body of the fly is going to be. And now we're just going to fold it back on itself as evenly as you can. Try to keep the back body up at about a 45-degree angle. That, when it's finished, is going to give you a good hook gap underneath. There we go. Doesn't take long for the glue to set. And now we're going to make our first segment. Take 3 wraps. And we're going to divide this fly into 4 sections. So we're going to run our thread across the top at a diagonal like so. And there's 1 segment. Same thing for the next. 2, and the last one, 3. Now to form the back section, we're going to lay our razor blade straight across the back of the fly, going to hold this tail up, and we're going to push straight through. Okay, we're going to trim the head just a little bit flat here. It's a little bit on the big side, so make one straight cut back. Same thing on the other side. And for the very back of the fly, we're going to taper that some. There we go. Put that back in the vise. There. And we're going to tie in some hairline medium round rubber legs in black. Peel off one of those and cut off two 2-inch long pieces. I'm going to tie that in right behind the head of the fly. No more than 2 wraps. We're going to come across the back like so. And that's going to tie in the back leg. And then we'll take our second leg, lay that along the side of the fly, take a wrap, come across the top of the fly, take another wrap, capture the front leg. That looks pretty good. And we'll cut these to length. We're going to cut the back legs just a little longer than the body of the fly, and the front legs about 2/3 of that. The wing is next. That's just going to be some black deer hair. So we'll cut about a half a pencil width's clump from the hide, clean out all the junk, get it in a stacker. We want this wing to be about a hook shank in length, like so. And we're going to cut off all of the unneeded material up front. I'm going to let that hang about halfway over the head of the fly and capture it. Pull it tight. And if you haven't let go of your hair, it's going to sit right on top just like that. This fly can be kind of hard to see in the water. So I've got some McFly Polypro here in pink. I'm going to tie that in on top of the wing just as a sighter. And we're just going to tie that in right up on top. A couple of turns. Take out our whip finish tool. Do a whip finish. Seat or knot. Cut our thread. And the front of that McFly lawn, I'm just going to trim that to the front of the head of the fly. And the back, about halfway up the wing. Kind of your choice. And just to the bottom of the fly, to keep anything from coming apart, I add just a little bit of Zap-A-Gap, like so. And our fly is complete. Please feel free to leave comments at the bottom of the page, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see all the new content here at Trident Fly Fishing. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.